crowd a few minutes ago stirred into action at the side of their men in blue emerging from the MetLife tunnels. We're set to go as the Giants get ready to match up with Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers. That's fielded in the end zone. Spins past him. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And all the way up to the 33-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
On second down, McCaffrey. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Alec Ogletree in on the stop.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those three guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers,
and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Manning now to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. He's at the 30, 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Evan Ingram, 67 yards. And the Giants are going to take a first quarter lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. Charles, how do you figure what's going on right now with the Carolina Panthers? They have lost 5 in a row. Remember, they were 5-2 this past week, a 6-point defeat at the hands of the Cleveland Browns. What's going on there?
I wish I could put an actual finger on it and be able to diagnose it and tell you. I have a couple of theories, though. Number one, Cam Newton's shoulder. That is a little bit of an issue. He's trying to play through and give him credit for toughness, but not able to make all the throws he wants to make. In fact, Myles Garrett from Cleveland mentioned that prior to the game. He thought that he wasn't quite the same quarterback. I also think that defensively, they're just not the same team. We're used to them taking the ball away from people, making big plays. We're not.
He's got a man complete. And some room to maneuver. A big play there for Carolina. 52 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Now a play fake here on first down. Flushed out right. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, 26 yards. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. Ron Rivera didn't get the nickname Riverboat Ron for nothing. His guys are going to go for two here. To throw is Newton. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Gano out to kick this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And the Giants ready to come out now. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They begin with a run by Barkley. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. It was Eric Reed in on the stop.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Here's Manning to throw. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers.
Not that there's any doubt that that was not a very good throw by Eli. And, you know, part of what happens is he's a little bit of a slinger, all right? He's going to throw it downfield and take his shots. And in this case, it backfired.
Worth noting, you remember 2007 against the Vikings, 3 pick sixes Manning had in that game, tied for the most in a game in NFL history.
So study his career. They've thrown the ball downfield a lot. That's where you'll accumulate a few more interceptions.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Well, split the difference, and they're right where they would have been with 2 PATs. They got the 2-point conversion the first time. They failed there.
Interesting, isn't it? Because the first time you go after your first score, that feels like a gamble. The second time when they tried it again, that felt like, what the heck, right? Because, as you said, even if you miss it, you split the difference, and you're right on schedule at 14 points.
And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Manning to try again after the pick 6. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And that one results in 35 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
On 1st and 10, here's Manning. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Trying to punch it in, Stewart. And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. Jonathan Stewart punching it in from a yard away. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Rosas True Blue on the extra point. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 right at the 30. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9. Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Throwing is Newton. He'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
It was funny, during the draft process, someone said to me, well, whoever takes Christian McCaffrey, as it turned out it was Carolina, how are they going to use him? Is he going to be an every down back? Is he going to be a 3rd down guy? They're going to use him in the slot? What are they going to do with him? And I just said, yes.
All of that.
No doubt about it. This kid can do it all.
And he did a nice job there out of the backfield to pick up the first.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Josh Morrow. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They snap it to Newton. Sliding out of the pocket. And this is caught. He hits more. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. So 1:55 to go in the first half. We're back to East Rutherford. But first, this timeout. From the red zone now, Newton. Escaping the pressure right. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. He was out there waving his arms saying, throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so. Because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball. And he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. Flush to his right. And incomplete. A disappointing drop there defensively by the rookie. And now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. New York set to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Throwing is Manning. Looking for his receiver, sharp, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. So he actually goes back about 9 yards on the return, but the interception is clean, and they have the pigskin, and they take over. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Now following the interception, here's Newton. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. All right, partner, let's peek ahead to Week 15 while we have a second here. It starts out with a good one on Thursday night. How about the Chargers and the Chiefs, a battle in the AFC West?
Yeah, it could very well decide the division, and that's a huge, huge ball game. And who saw that coming when the season began, that this would decide the whole deal? How about our first Saturday games of the year? Texans, Jets, Browns, Broncos, and those are going to feature the young quarterbacks. Sam Darnold with the Jets, Baker Mayfield with the Browns.
And then Sunday, the late game, Pats and Steelers. You get Eagles, Rams Sunday night, Saints, Panthers Monday. I mean, hello, Week 15.
Yeah, that means I'm doing absolutely nothing the entire weekend except sitting on the couch and watching ball.
Well, you're also working a game on Sunday.
Oh, yeah, besides that.
Okay.
All right.
And a nice gain of 21 yards. Newton. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
On the move to his left. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Alec Ogletree. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, one thing neat going on around the NFL again recently this year, we've seen this before, but the My Cause, My Cleats, just a chance for the players to give back to a certain charity that they like and dress up their shoes how they want. I know you saw that a couple weeks ago in your game.
I certainly did. I had the Giants and the Bears, and during this time frame, each team is allowed to designate one home game for My Cause, My Cleats. And that was the...
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Mario Addison. In there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Now a toss right to Barkley. Room here to run. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Manning now on 1st down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. A final shot before the break. Newton flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken about the 12. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now out come the Giants. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. Second down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
That one goes for 24 yards.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end, and he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They come out here in the eye. First and goal, Jonathan Stewart. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Jonathan Stewart, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Giants are in for 6. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that will make this a 4-point game. Rosas now to kick this one away. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things work well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Draw play as Newton gives to McCaffrey. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
Now it's 1st and 10 after a costly penalty there on 4th down. McCaffrey following the penalty. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. From the 50, Newton. He'll buy some time right. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 23.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. Now Saquon Barkley. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move.
Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's the Giants with the football and also the lead as we get set to start quarter number 4. Manning to throw on 2nd down. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. Oh, now he bowls him over. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. 37 yards. And the Panthers have taken the lead here in the 4th. So a big play coming for the Panthers. They'll go for 2. After the run, Newton going to throw. And he'll get into the end zone. So that pushes the lead up to 4. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and then they take it downfield and punch it in on you. That's a bad.
It's caught inside the 25. Manning to Beckham. A big play there. 56 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome?
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. It's the fullback, a 20-yard touchdown. And the G-men have taken the lead here in the 4th. And it's no good. Well, that could be a critical miss here in a one-score game in the fourth. Rosas now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a third down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Out of the gun, Newton. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. So now it's left in the hands of their defense to come up with an immediate stop.
And this is where you count on your stars on defense. Can they come up with a game-altering play here? Can they knife through into the backfield and pop the ball free? Can they make that type of a play that gives them another opportunity? And what do we say? 1 timeout,
yep.
But you get a second
2-minute warning
with a 2-minute warning, so they've got to use those well.
A handoff, Barkley running left. Eventually wrangled down before reaching the 20, but a strong run. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. They'll go to Barkley again. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And Rosas puts this one through. And that will push the lead up to 5. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, it's a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity?
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 29. A big play there for the Panthers. 47 yards. He's back to throw. They'll roll him out right. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
He'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. And this one complete right side to Funchess. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Newton finding Funchess for the Panther first down. Back to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Alec Ogletree. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. He's now thrown 4 interceptions, and I hate to mention this, but he's a guy that has twice thrown 5 in his career in a single game.
Hard to believe, isn't it? And the tough part is, playing in this NFL, you don't normally just back off totally from throwing the football, do you? So the potential exists for that 5th one to occur.
And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On second down, here's Barkley. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?